Hello and welcome to SportsDen FBA 2024. This is the first SportsDen of 2024. I'm hosting tonight. My name is Matt Lewis from FSBN, and I am joined by independent reporter Samson St. James. And we will be bringing you the action live for this game, which is the Santa Ana Spectrums visiting the Seattle Summit. And look, we've got an amazing matchup between two very talented teams. I'd like to go into depth just for a moment before we see the action begin. And one of those teams that we're going to have to talk about having a tale of two sides to the season thus far is the Santa Ana Spectrums. We have a team that started 3-9, work through their struggles, and go on a 9-game winning streak until their last game, which was unfortunately a loss to the Dakota Bikers. So they're looking to make it 10-11 tonight. While Seattle is on the up and up, they are currently, by my books, 18-12. And they're having some consistency issues, but overall, both teams seeing great play, having some of the strongest guards in the league. What are your thoughts on tonight's matchup, Samson?
It's good to be here, Matt. It's
Yes.
certainly should. Thank you for introducing me. It should be a very interesting game. They're two teams. They're fairly, like you said, very well matched in the standings. You've got on one side you have Aditya Angun, and on the other side you have Andreas Vokasitis. They are both have a lot of history in the league. They've both got some very good accomplishments under the belt. So it'll be very interesting. It's always good match to see them face off.
Yeah, we're going to be watching both Angun and Vilkasitis, as well as Kiara Hughes and Leon Delmont. Those four make up for some of the most points scored, like top 20 of any
Yes.
of the players in the entire league. So, will it be a high scoring game, you think, or do you expect one of these two defenses to step it up and make a particularly strong claim to shut down these high rollers?
Oh, I'm expecting a lot of points out of this one, personally.
Okay. Well, I see that the players are taking the field, so let's head down there now and start this up. Okay, so we got 34 on Spectrum, and we'll be going to the Summit first. It's Vilkasitis passing off to Delmont immediately, who will take it up to the line. 3-point line is looking for a play to set up. And will it be Seattle getting the first score of the game as it passed to Kelly? Or will we see a really long range? No, Spectrums get their first shot now. So yeah, this will be a matchup between two really high-strung offenses. Up for the basket.
Oh, you
And
say
that
that
is
we missed
in and out.
yet again.
Yeah. Delmont picking it up, blasting through and down with the layup. It's the first score of the game. That's Leon Delmont, the Cougar that we all know and love. All right, Santa Ana. Their second shot here now. Oh, look at that defense now. Shutting down Angun, getting anything done there. So Seattle here coming up with strong home first visit, but that blocked shot, or pass, I should say, keeps things going. And that is a foul. You know, the defense will, I think, again, depict how things go here tonight. But we've seen it from time to time. And I will say, we've had a lot of experience with the Santa Ana team going through the throes of just changes in the roster, but one constant has been Aditya.
He's been playing with. He's been on Santa Ana since they drafted him in 2014.
Yeah, he's a leader for this unit, and they look up to him immensely as Seattle gets another shot in. We have to talk a little bit about the other guys, just in the space that we have a young team And as I mentioned at the top of this broadcast, started out 3-9 before they've gone on a 10. In the last 10 games, they've won 9 of those games. So they are, at least at the moment, a powerhouse not to be reckoned with.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Matt.
So I think this is
Number 34.
number 11 for the layup. Sorry. And number 3. Ackerman. It's it off to Vilkasitis. The Summit, and that's over to Kelly, who's in the paint, who can get a little bit of distance before laying it up and getting the shot down to keep the lead. The Summit. Got to Angoon, bring it up the court. Civet. Hails a swish. Hoping for at least some defensive setup, but really had to pass it off. That shot goes in. That was Kiara Hughes' first basket, I believe. So Delmont brings it up here and fumbles the ball. It'll be back in Angoon's hands. And it's a little bit of just a rush to be here tonight. And for a close game to start it off here in this first quarter. I haven't seen any particular team do anything to give me any idea of where we're going to end up after 4 quarters here, Samson.
Oh, this is... I'm with you there.
That's equally matched. Shot clock running down. They need to get a basket off here. So they go for the long 3. Yeah. I believe that was Delmont. So now, Angoon trying to get some distance here. That shot's no problem for the Civet. So early on here, it's a Delmont versus Angoon matchup. So he hands it off to Vilkasitis, the point guard. Over back to Leon. And that's another long 3 for the Cougar. Who apparently is wearing number 24 tonight. Which is actually his number. Anyway, I don't know what I was going on with that. Seattle up by 4.
According to my notes, Leon Delmont has not scored any 3-pointers at all this season.
Number 3.
All these will be... This is the night he's bringing it out.
There we go. He picked a good night to do it.
So speaking of the 3-point picture, did you notice any particular team having a particular advantage with the 3-pointers? I know you are a man of stats, so I thought
I'm looking at my notes right here. This, Kiara Hughes, you cannot ignore Kiara Hughes from anywhere on the court. Certainly she is capable of shooting from the 3. And there's not...
Kelly.
Closest comparison on Seattle is Andreas Vilkasitis.
And the layups here tonight, as well as the 3 points, keep Seattle alive early on here with about 6.5 minutes to go in the first. That shot's off the rim from the distance of like 12 feet. And outside of the 3-point, another 3-pointer from the Cougar. Belmont has decided that tonight's his night to do the unbelievable. Aziz here. We're passing it off to Peace. It's back to Aziz. And Hughes. Over to Johansson. Going in for the long shot. Not quite there. Vilkasitis will bring it back up. Passing over to Blake. They tried to get a little bit of distance from the Civet. Back to Vilkasitis. Belmont. You gonna do another 3? No, let's go for the paint. He is in for about his 12th point already in this first quarter alone.
0-18.
And then we'll get our first timeout. Seattle here commanding the lead early on. Much off the lead of the 3 points. Bernard Peace and the rest of the defense will need to kind of come up with some answers for this guy.
Absolutely.
To get a little bit of a
good call.
the
Good timeout by
hippopotamus.
the Santa Ana. Try and change the momentum up here.
Yeah, they need to swing momentum back. I think they had it, you know, paw for paw at the beginning. The last couple minutes here has been getting a little bit out of hand. And they get a quick basket off there. Come on. And they're playing some really strange trumpet music. Why not? Agadakis. Oh, and Delmont gets pushed down. So Santa Ana now bringing the defense a little bit. Boom. Over to Oscar. Back to the Hippo for a long three. And now it's a 4-point game. All right, Andreas over to Christina. Lamont switches back to Ackerman. Underlegs over to the Duck. Trying to get some distance, unable to. And that pass intercepted by Santa Ana. They will try to bring it back up the court again. About 4:20 left on the clock. Hughes. Back to Aziz and Bernard Peace now with the ball. Fumbles it for a moment there and fumbles it again. Seattle coming back with it. And Santa Ana has to foul them in order to keep this game close enough. Kieran Reese shooting the extra points here. And that first one's in and out of the rim. Haven't seen much from the bench today for Seattle. They haven't had much time to get out there yet. So we're seeing in the last 4 minutes here, we'll maybe get a few extra new faces.
First, they just shoved in Spiritu Xanthos.
Yes. Fellow Equine.
Indeed. A fellow alumni Equine Heights.
Jackie Lemon on the court currently dealing with a tail strain, but was approved to go for tonight. She is passing it off, but that ball was in and out of the hoop as well, so Seattle could be back up with it. Some fancy moves. Over to the Red Panda. And to get some distance and space. That was a close, I would say that would have been a 2 if it got in. Santa Ana will get the rebound and bring it back up. Onan London in for the layup, or into the assist, but that was a missed shot as well.
London, one of three Tasmanians on the court between these two teams.
What do you say, fans? Let's hear your Seattle answer.
Yeah, Ronan London has been an essential bench player for the Spectrums. Has been in more recent times Jackal that you can trust. I would say too that a lot of the play that we see the Spectrums do in tandem with their offensive capabilities is in part due to the bench play of their guards. Lukasitis in for the 3, and that's not quite going to make it in. So Santa Ana with the rebound, passing it over. And they will not make that shot either. So Andreas will get a second attempt here, but he is fouled by number 29, and that's his first. So Lukasitis will go up to the line.
2 shots.
That's no problem getting Summit to 20. It's about 2:46 left in this first quarter. Santa Ana tries to set up something over to Ronan. Own 2-pointer, but that was no good. So we'll be back to Seattle here. Number 19 Needs to make the shot here. You're in the paint. 3-2. Gets his pass intercepted. Oh, man. On the court right now, currently.
2 minutes remaining.
For Santa Ana, we got Benjamin Aquino going in for the 3.
Not by a
That will
shot
be
tonight.
off the rebound. So back to Andreas. Over to Firitu. Will he get his second shot? No. Sorry, man. Oh, can do. See, they're all trying to be Leon now. They're trying to get that
another,
luck
another
that they
player
have.
not known for his threes, taking a shot at it.
Well, I guess tonight they figure, hey, if he can do it for the first time ever, why not I?
36. 3.
So, I take it for granted that, a lot of players do have that capability, but don't want to hand off. Oh, like Kelly. Going in for the layup, well defended.
Number 21.
So now it's a 1-point game. And we see Jackie Lemon coming back in. Summit in this last minute of first quarter. About 68 seconds left.
There you go. There you go, Firitu.
Yes, that is his first 3 that he's landed to keep the lead in the Summit's pause.
Get that Fox Hunter pride out there, buddy.
Right, Vontae. Rookie could not get that in, so he will be back probably on the sidelines. But Jackie Lemon over to Athios. Kieran. Firitu now trying to gain some space. Jackie going in for the 3, and that is good. And a Seattle going for the 3-pointers. They must have seen something in the defense, the Spectrums, tonight, to know that that was going to be something they could get a lot of ground on. As they do get that layup to make it a 4-point game. Number 21 here. Just going to let the clock run out. So I think we've seen probably the remainder of this first quarter, and it's set up. Oh, don't try to be that guy. Just wanted to run the clock out to be the last one to make that shot. What a guy. But that is it for the first quarter. Summit are in the lead, 26-22 over the Spectrums as we head on out to the second quarter. See the coach here talking with the team. What would you think you'd say to the Summit right now, Samson, to keep this lead in their pause for the game?
Oh, don't get fancy. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, stick to your fundamentals. Don't try anything that you've never done before, like throw a 3-pointer. Don't do that
And
kind of thing.
Leon Belmont, apparently.
Xanthos actually gets the first shot of second quarter here. Or I'm sorry, that's not Xanthos. That was Sabatia, I think. Blake Kelly will try for a 3 here, and that's not quite going to go in for them. So, Ingoon back on the court now to start the second quarter. Being well defended are the Spectrums, so he has to pass it off to Hughes, has to run out to get it, and that 3-pointer won't quite make it. So Blake Kelly will bring it back up. Over to Ati. Jackie now with the ball. Making a sprint for it, but passing it back out, and that's good for 3. Five-point game now. So I've talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the broadcast, but really, when you start a season 3-9, people start counting you out immediately, and that can be really difficult to overcome. So, I'm just impressed by this Spectrums group as a whole, and being able to keep their heads down, stick to the plan, season plan, and again, like, if you don't count their last game against the Bikers, they've won 9 of their last 10, and that's an impressive statistic in the FBA.
That speaks to the leadership and the experience of Virginia Angan. It's been their rock.
You know, give it to Coach Blackburn, you know, for leading that effort, because it is really easy to come across that kind of adversity and just let it get to your head. You can throw off an entire season. And now this is a 2-point game as we get back to the action. Seattle with the ball, going in for a 3 from center court. That's no good, so Aditya will get the rebound. Try to make some space here to make it a tie game. Out to Bernard. Hippopotamus passing it back to Engen. Aditya needs to keep his foot paws in bounds. But he will not make that one. Rare miss. Seattle back up. Ati showing us some moves. That's the fancy work that you were afraid of a little bit. Gotta keep that down a little. Yeah, see? Santa Ana in with the foul there to keep this game close. They will rebound it. Wayne Kirkpatrick here off to 3-2. Blake Kelly now with the ball. Down to 5 seconds of the clock. Needs to lay this one up. And misses. About 8.5 minutes left in the second quarter. St. Bernard has the ball. Paul Dog passing it back to the center. Back to Johansson. Big guys trying to make some space, trying to set up their own version of a screen and roll or something. But hey, for the lead now, Santa Ana taking over.
Engen with 3
that
there.
3-pointer. Yeah, so we now have the Spectrums in the lead, and Seattle will elect that particular moment to reconvene, figure things out here.
What do you say, fans? Let's hear your Seattle answers.
Yeah, so I often think about the Summit as this team that has a plethora of strong players, but they've had to assemble that over a variety of a few seasons. So the coach's main role this year has been to try to build team camaraderie, and it's been a little bit difficult at times. But I think we might start to see something set up here as we see Blake Kelly return to lead Summit. We might see something set up here for a long-term dynasty if they can keep their heads down, like you said, don't get fancy. It'll be a little bit of a difficult challenge, but I know Coach Creston is up for that challenge and has been crucial to, at least in the last few years, keeping the Summit at least in the conversation. Ati over to Blake. Looking for space, there's nothing there in the middle, so back out to the outside. Virtu with the ball, hands it off to Andreas for long 3. In and out of the basket.
No.
Hughes.
Seattle foul. Number 33. First personal foul. First team foul.
That's a foul for Seattle.
Number 21. Number 21.
Yeah, Vilkasitis and Lemon back out on the court. Got to get somebody on the big dog. Oscar Johansson.
Foul. Number 48. Second personal foul.
That's another foul. Seattle.
That is.
They've closed up this game, the Spectrums, to the point where now it's a back and forth affair. So what it will come down to now is just consistency as they pass it into the paint, and that is in and out as well. These layups are not getting in tonight.
I may have jinxed something when I said it would be a high-scoring game.
You know, I would say Lynx is a jinx, but Jackie Lemon would take offense to that. So Seattle here picking up the ball after Santa Ana takes back the lead. It's just as quickly taken back as Anthos in the Seattle Summit. Bernard Peace, big center hippo, passing it down to the paint, and Santa Ana will take the lead back yet again. So who will be the first team to get, you know, more than one basket's worth of points away with this lead here? Like Kelly getting the big three might be the answer here. I've seen some consistent play from the Cicadier tonight. Gara in and out of the basket. So Jackie Lemon will bring it back up the court here. Just like a casual handoff to Andreas. Oh, come on. That's no place to be defensive. Even the horse can't believe it.
First personal foul, second team foul.
So he'll go up to the line. And now, Seattle trying to pull back away with this game again. It's up by 5. All right, Hughes there. Takes it within 3. Delmont is back on the court here. Asking it to the devil himself, Wayne Kirkpatrick. I did not say that. Promise.
I mean, he's certainly earned that reputation, I think. One of several strong personalities on that Seattle team. He has
We
been...
also see Adana Gondwe, the hyena, for the first time tonight on court for the Spectrums. Passing it into traffic. You never want to do that.
Shooting for the away team.
Yeah, I gotta... Yeah.
Taking 2 shots.
Sometimes I say things and I don't mean them.
Well, I won't tell Wayne if you don't.
This isn't recorded, right?
It's only broadcast live to a few million viewers.
A few what?
Million viewers.
Beckett there with the second extra point makes it a 4-point game. Oops. Seattle now with about 4.5 minutes left. Now I'm on edge. Just kidding. Got a good matchup here, actually. I'm trying to understand what exactly it is that either team's, you know, main advantage has been so far tonight, but I would, you know, other than Seattle's excellent 3-point making, this is still a really a close game.
Absolutely.
Both teams have had to go outside to really get anything going, because anytime they go on the inside, it's just caused defensive issues, which has destroyed a lot of play setups. Now we go to the line for the Spectrums, and Adana Gondwe up on the line. This is her first. Makes sure not to miss the second there. Leon Aditya over to Andreas. Wolf coming from the Voodoo this season after a long drawn-out process. Staying here at the Summit for at least the short term. They couldn't get a basket there, so it's back to the Spectrums. Benjamin. Sheep looking for something to set up. Takes it himself.
Good.
Off the rim. So Mr. Leon, will you go for another three? No, you'll pass it off to Wayne, but that's off the backboard. Back into the paws of Sheep, so he'll pass it off to Thylacine. And that's a missed pass. Huge defensive turnover. Gives Seattle now a 5-point lead.
Who was that who made that dunk?
Oh man, I missed it myself actually. We're gonna have to watch the replay here. Santa Ana got caught off guard too and had to take a timeout. Don't think it was Leon. I'll have to catch that play later. Down into Sabathia, back to Beckett. Going in London now. Looking for something to set up. We're within 3 minutes here, so the bench players get a little bit more time, and couldn't set up lay down, so Seattle waits for the foul. Andrea's posing for the camera or something crazy like that. Like, we don't doubt your strength, dude. It's an 8-point lead now for the Summit. About 2.5 minutes left. The Bithia. Letting the shot clock run down. Over to Ronan. Get back in bounds, dude. You have to get that shot off. Nothing there, though. The Seattle defense holding stout.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Citus. Over to Kelly for the three, and it's in! 52-41. Seattle is in command here late in the second quarter. Santa Ana has to find an answer. These missed shots, each opportunity they have had, these turnovers, has led to domination by Blake Kelly and the rest of the Seattle Summit tonight. These are garbage. This is garbage time. You cannot let this game get away from you. So close. These shots have been brutal for Santa Ana late here. Belmont misses the three, so here's another opportunity. They're going to have to go for a long shot if they want to keep this shift the momentum here before halftime. We're under 50 seconds left in the second quarter. Going around the side, pretty open defense, but still couldn't land that in. Belmont. Over to Andreas. Andreas finding it in space in the paint. Aditya tries to defend. Stops it there. Back over. Jackie. And that pass gets defended. Yeah, man, the Seattle Summit here has turned something on the last couple minutes. That last a timeout, crucial to the overall dynamic of this game here late in the second quarter. With under 10 seconds to go, I think they will have to get one shot. Kelly will try another three here right before the end of the half. And all Aquino can do is toss the ball up and hope for a prayer as we end this first half on a real high note for the Seattle Summit, currently in command of this game, 57-41. Man, Samson, I didn't know really what was going to happen until right there towards the end, and they turned up the dial on the oven or something.
This has what's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, it hasn't been definitive, I think, is what you're, going for.
It hasn't
like
finished. I was not expecting a 16-point difference at halftime, certainly.
Right, after that first quarter, we saw a pretty evenly, distributed matchup. But Seattle tried their hardest to make this a convincing home effort, as right now we see some of the stats at halftime. Blake Kelly with 15, Vilkasitis with 13, as well as Delmont with some of those early threes. A couple blocks from the Eurasian Wolf as well.
Yeah. There we go. 2 points.
And the Horse with 5. Kieran Reese with a three-pointer of his own, as well as Lagodakis. So Seattle turned it up here on the three-point production line, as it were. Check out Santa Ana's leaders. We have Bernard Peace doing his best to defend tonight with 3 blocks already. Shalini Aziz with the basket. Yara Hughes leading the pack with 15 points in 18 minutes of game. A rebound and an assist. Ditya with 7. Has been a little bit quieter than usual, but that's because he's 2 for 8 on the court.
He has had 4 assists, though. He is one of the league's leaders in assists.
That is true. And he's been valuable in at least keeping this dream alive, but they will have to find some answer here as we see the remainder of the players on this court here. Aquino with 5 and Sabitia with 2. They will have to get more of those baskets in. Ronan London
yet to make from the bench, certainly.
And Ronan London is yet to land one of his baskets in. As we start this third quarter, Aditya Angoon bringing up the ball as per usual. Civet being, as we mentioned, one of the leaders of this team in just terms of experience. He's unable to get that one in off the pass, so it'll be back to Leon Delmont, Vilkasitis, passing it over to Wayne Kirkpatrick and back to Kelly, who's been on fire tonight. An early violation there on the Eurasian Wolf. So Santa Ana will get this ball back right away. Gara and Aditya. And those two have just worked out really well for the Spectrums. Johansson, it's his first, I believe, of the night. If not his first, at least his second. Delmont over to Kelly. Back to the Cougar, who will bring it up before passing it back to the outside, because the inside has just been so well defended tonight on both sides. So Casitas for the long 2 doesn't quite get there. So if you're the coach for the Santa Ana Spectrums, Samson, what are you saying to your team when they're down by 15, especially after that valiant effort by the Summit to take over the game late?
Certainly, I'm certainly it's not over. Game is the Spectrums certainly have it within them to win. I know they have the ability, and I think they know they have that ability also.
Yeah, there's a tradition that they have in Santa Ana that might have been in part just due to how this season started for them. But certainly, never count us out. Is what I heard a lot of the players say. And it's been accurate time and time again. But as long as they're landing these threes on the Summit side, there's another one there. It's going to be really difficult. You know what? I would say challenge accepted on behalf of the Spectrums as they bring it up here, trying to get some space. Very well defended there. Casitas will bring the ball back up. Now Spectrums playing a little bit more aggressively than they were before the half. I think
that's what they need to do to get back in it, I believe.
Yeah, their strat might be, oh, but they left Ackerman open. Luckily, she did not land that one. The Ditya and the Spectrums will get another shot here, and he will go for his own 3, and that's in. And make it an 11-point game. Andy. Over to Blake. that to Andy. Being shuffleboard with the deer a little bit. Trying to some containment, nothing there. So Shalini will bring it up the court back to Aditya, but Aditya dribbles a little too close to the hand pause and the foot pause, and it's back on the Seattle side of the court here. Christina hands it off to Andreas and over to Blake. And Blake, oh, that would have been amazing had that not been so well defended on the Santa Ana side. All right, seeing a little bit of an effort here, and now we're within 10. Spectrums are turning up the dial on them, on their side of things, and trying to get claw back from the depths of double-digit down court. But Christina Ackerman,
the duck with the dunk.
Yeah,
the Indian mother dunk.
Slam. And they have to time out after that. Seattle has been relentless with the awesome shots tonight. I don't think they hurt us with this "don't be fancy" request. They're trying to be as fancy as possible. Inbounded to Aditya, and he will get the quick 2 to keep it at 9 points. Charge. Something like that, You know the old adage, right, Samson?
Which one are you referring? Which one is that?
Charge.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought of that as an adage. Okay, yes, certainly. It's certainly stirring something ancestral within me.
I'm not talking about a credit card situation. No. It's just charge. Like maybe your cell phone is running out of battery. Something else that's been running out of battery a little bit up until this third quarter here has been the offense for the Spectrums. But we've seen them turn a corner, I think, a little bit here. Kiara Hughes, in particular, has been instrumental to keeping the team at least within fighting distance. That current miss makes it a little bit difficult to defend. Seattle here with Blake Kelly waiting for something to set up here. No one's taking their turn to get to the inside. Well defended by Santa Ana. They have to go for the long three, but they get it. That has not been a problem tonight. It's just a matter of power. Johansson there with a quick toss-up.
Johansson seems to be settling in nicely in Santa Ana. Certainly after his rookie contract, he was vocal about wanting to leave Albany.
Yeah, I think he has found his footing a lot better here. The Spectrums, especially, again, it's really hard to come in on a new contract to a team.
Second personal foul, first team foul.
When it's something that you yourself wanted and you're motivated and, the space is made for you to explore your contribution as a player. I think that is everything a player could want. And I've heard nothing but good things about Oscar around the Spectrums. The sphere of conversation, so they're happy to have him. It's a 12-point game now with under 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Another long three attempt there, in and out of the basket as Andreas brings it back up, speed run, and that's a quick and easy layup for the Eurasian Wolf, making it 69-55. Energetic third quarter is usually not what I say about any game. Oh, and Seattle Summit defense comes in the last second there to break that one down. So Hughes will go to the line.
Hughes at at the line for 2.
And for the most part, we've talked about most players in the starting lineup, but we have not seen much from, or talked about much about the forwards. So in terms of Johansson and Aziz, Kirkpatrick and Kelly, are there any of those names in particular that you have that you think have been instrumental in either the season or this game in particular? Any anecdotal?
You put me on the spot here, Matt.
Well, don't worry about it. There's still action going on in the court too. I'll let you chew on that one a little as we get back to the action here with Santa Ana. Ditya having basically as much of a game as Kiara Hughes has had, but with Hughes getting more of the... Oh! That pass is intercepted. I believe that was Ackerman getting in there.
First personal foul, second team foul.
And another foul. Keeps this game a little bit fleeting. There's been a lot of defensive plays here that have kept this game really non-progressive. So under 5 minutes left. Over to London, and he gets a 3. I'm sure he's happy to finally have gotten something tonight. Kelly. I believe this is Kelly. With a quick pass. That was a slam if I've ever seen one. Benjamin Aquino. Guard. Passing it over and fouled out.
Second personal foul. Second team.
That one's on Ackerman.
Shooting for the away team.
So
Number 34.
Ackerman's
One shot.
rival center will be on the line, and Bernard gets that one. It's a 10-point game. Seattle's still in command of this ship. Stillmont. Passes to Reese. On the inside is Andreas, who is being well defended, but can't get that 2 into the layup. So Santa Ana will come back up the court with this, and a quick shot by the Sheep is in and out of the bucket. So now we're back to the Seattle Summit. Delmont. Over to Kelly for another 3. Does he have it in him? Not quite in that moment. East on the inside. That's a quick 2. And now we're back to a single digit. So Kelly. On the inside to Ackerman, the pass, quick pass. Stina Ackerman now with 11 points on the game. Or is that 13? I cannot read the graphics.
Number 22.
I have hooves. I can't count on my fingers here.
I have put on my glasses, so I should have a better time of it from here on out. Casadas over to Delmont. Blake getting some space on the inside. Turns around and can't quite get enough space. So Santa Ana back up with it. London. Over to Benjamin. And to Kiri. And off the back, Hawk could not land that one either. So now we're seeing things cool off a little bit here towards the end of the third quarter. Phil Casadas keeps the fire burning with that shot. That's 19 points so far for the Wolf tonight. I have to be proud as a fellow K9. Sorry. If it was a competition, I have to say, Samson, if it was a competition between equines and canines, I think one of us has 19 points, and how many points does the equines have?
That's hardly fair. There are 5 canines on the spectrums alone.
Well, who did that? Go talk to the Spectrum's general manager.
3 points.
They get that long 3. That's Bernard with his own. Making it 8 points in this quarter for the Hippo. It's now a 10-point game again. Give credit to the Spectrums for keeping up the pace with Seattle's scoring tonight. It's hard to come down from what was a ridiculous end to that second quarter. Xanthos here heard what I said and got that 3. Oh my god. I regret saying anything. Samson, I think, is just stunned. I'm sorry. Z's now in for a long 3, and that's gonna be good to keep the pace going. Cobra is alive, ladies and gents. Under a half-minute left here in this third quarter. The big plays have been a big story for both sides of the court, but I think we've seen probably the end of the action here, as Summit do need to get a shot off here. That's going to be in and out, so Santa Ana has one more chance to get a basket in here to show that they mean business, even if there's only 1 quarter left of game. Bernard Peace's last shot did not get in. So we wrap things up here in the third quarter. It is Seattle 83, Santa Ana 73. Only 10 points. What do you think?
I think this is a really good game.
Sometimes the best things are the succinctly said ones. All right, quarter 4. We're in action already. Off to Wayne for the first shot of the quarter. We see Kirkpatrick get a little bit of love tonight. Ditya.
Number 3.
Not defended at all there. Easy shot for him. Puts them within 10. So now Seattle plays off the pass, and Kirkpatrick gets another one in. He's pumped. Santa Ana needs to start getting some of those quick passes defended, otherwise they are not going to be able to do whatever they want to do. Ditya is only his own player, and I know Kiara, we haven't been talking about her much tonight. She is the leader of this team so far in terms of points and time on the court. Long 3, in and out. Santa Ana quick to the passes here. Aziz off to Peace, and he will go for 3. That's not going to make it, so the rebound. Oh! Turnover on defense. Back to Peace for a second try. That's not going to make it either. So Andreas. Fast moving game now to start this fourth quarter. To Adi. Iritu. Soft pass from the horse over to Kirkpatrick, who tossed it back to Addy, and he got the 3. Huge play to make it a 13-point game under 10 minutes left. How about that hippo? Oh man. That was a huge 3. to Santa Ana. Adi has another one in him, though, to keep this game still so evenly paced. It's unbelievable what has been going on tonight the Summit. So Adi will try to take it to the inside, get something off the layup. No good. Andreas brings it back up the court for the Summit. Sets it up to Adi, who is over to the right side of the court. Xanthos in the center, switching spots. But waiting for Adi to run into the inside, and that quick and easy layup makes it a 15-point game. Goon. Taking it up the middle himself. No good. Quick pass out to Reese. Agadakis. Off to Lukasitis. Xanthos over to Kirkpatrick for the three. Ran out of time on the clock. Didn't make it in regardless, so Santa Ana, Benjamin just couldn't hold on to the ball there, and it'll be back to the Seattle Summit. Again, that's the first mess up I've seen from the Sheep tonight. So Seattle will let Reese and etc. rest a little bit for Ackerman to come back in. Off the foot paw, no good there. So Santa Ana brings it back up. Under 8 minutes left now in the game. Long three. Makes it a 12-point game. There's still plenty of time left for Santa Ana to make something happen here. They need to get a little bit aggressive here on the backside of the court. It's Ackerman. Shows us her dribbling skills before making that three. I don't even know what to say to any of that, because it's just been exemplary play from the outside. Hughes. Back to Angoon for a long three, no good. Now would be a good time as any to talk a little bit just about how, despite what the score may show, the evenly matched defense and offense of these teams cannot be left understated.
Absolutely.
But Santa Ana is struggling a little bit here in areas that Seattle has been.
Get the ball to go in.
Yeah.
Number 48, taking 3 shots.
Aziz.
Some point.
Yeah. Our second chance here would be to get 14, and that one goes down. Second shot here is also in. So it's a 13-point game with about 6.25 minutes remaining. Amon takes it himself. No good. The quick offense of Santa Ana. Some quick passes into the center, and no one was guarding the hippopotamus there at all. So now he's over 20 points on the night. So he himself is having a game.
Awaiting foul. Johansson.
Johansson's
First team foul. At the line for
first
2.
mistake of the night there sets Seattle on the line. Seattle will let Vilkasitis come back in. It's a 13-point game, but we now see Seattle's crossed the century mark. Statistically, it gets very difficult from this point on to make a difference. But again, Santa Ana, don't count them out and make it within 11. Come on. Try some fancy paw work there. Lays it up. Santa Ana just reaches up and grabs that back down. It's in and out of the basket. So they'll get a second chance at glory here. Every missed shot at this point is, you know, you can't rush things through, because Seattle has proven tonight, as you just saw there, that they have got home field advantage or something.
And Anna might want to inspect those rims after the game's over. There's some kind of magnet or something.
A little bit of glue or something going on. And sticky. Vilkasitis brings it up. Delmont, quick layup. Foul. Meditya is the second overall for him tonight.
Second personal foul, second team foul.
Pino comes back in. Now Seattle's got its starting five back on the court to finish this game out.
Seattle ball.
Well, there's a defiance to be, you know, discussed. If that's the way to phrase that. Without really naming names, Seattle has just been dominant in most aspects of this game offensively. And I wouldn't say that means Santa Ana hasn't been effective. But whatever the game plan... Now, whatever the game plan was, just couldn't produce quite on the same level as it did with a lot of these three-point shots here. Keeping it still a 15-point game as we get to 3.5 minutes left here. Delmont has, I think, used up all his luck on the three-point line. Maybe needs to go back onto the inside for the rest of this game.
Number 93. Second
Patrick gets fouled there. Try and keep this game in their lead. Hughes will have to go to the line. And they're in sacrificial mode at this point, which I don't blame. Citus, quick pass to Delmont. On the inside to Ackerman. Back to Leon. Off to Kelly, who now tries to get some space on the inside, and that will go down. Z's. Santa Ana, Hughes, they have to get some shots here. Kino does get that three down. That's a great momentum shifter. If they can keep that up and get another quick defensive turnover here, or maybe catch the foul quick. We've only got a little over 2 minutes left here. The defense is playing pretty loose, but that was a miss there on the Seattle side. Quick layup makes it 110-97. We are at exactly 2 minutes. Now it just gets a little bit more difficult. I think Santa Ana is basically saying, you know what?
You reached the not physically impossible, but highly unlikely stage of the game.
And now they're, you know, like I said, they have to go for the fouling. Try and keep anything going here. just gets so difficult when you let a team like Seattle and their size differences, especially with those forwards, which was kind of where I was hinting at earlier with that last question I had a while ago. There is a huge size difference in some of these matchups I've seen tonight. That has to make things quite difficult for Santa Ana. Ellie off to Ackerman. On the outside to Vilkasitis. Give it some credit to Seattle. They're not laying down quite yet. Shot clock down under 5 seconds. They have to get that one off. And that's just a quick in and out. So Santa Ana here. They need to get a 3 or something quick. Hansen will take it. Make it 11 points down with just under a minute. It's, again, not impossible, but I would say at this point, all Seattle has to do is waste time. And from what I'm seeing so far, they're making the space necessary to do that. Delmont going for another 3, still not, like I said, no magic left in that game. Hansen unable to get that 3 down, more or less settles it. And give credit to the Summit for what they've been able to accomplish here tonight. They get probably here a home win to make them 19-12 for the season. Santa Ana will drop to 16-15. So that's 2 losses in a row now.
112, the visiting team, 99.
Yeah,
Thank
2.
you for coming out and supporting your team. Please take care.
Yeah, go away, other announcer, who I don't know who that is. Seattle, victorious, as he said, though, 112-99. Andreas Vilkasitis with 27 points leads the pack with a couple blocks of his own, 10 assists, a steal, 10 for 21 from the ground, and 2 for 8 on what has been just an amazing amount of 3-point shots taken. Almost everyone made 1 tonight. Blake Kelly for 20 points, and Leon Delmont with 19. The Horse, of course, with 10 points and 10 rebounds. What do you think about Seattle tonight, their performance?
Very impressive performance. Complete game all around. They played the full 48 minutes.
I mean, Santa Ana here with 3 players over 20 points of their own. Any of those 3 names stick out to you in terms of just, despite not coming up with the victory, turning in a equally impressive performance?
Bernard Peace impressed me tonight, certainly.
Yeah, I would say out of those 3 names, it was Bernard Peace who came up out of the woodwork and really tried to make something happen, which ultimately was just difficult because, again, I think, as you see here from this statistic, complete dominance by the Summit side of things. 50% from the 3-point line to start the game, and then, within just a ridiculous amount of percentage shots, really efficient play from the Seattle side. It's just so difficult to try and defend when it comes down to just how efficient you are from wherever you are on the court,
Everything. Yeah, someone had the complete game there. Just looked at that last set of stats. Everything was in the favor of Seattle, practically.
Yeah, and I would say it was one of those games that we're in the early throes of the season, right? So you don't want to look at this from the Santa Ana side and hit the panic button, but it has been, it's their 2nd loss in a row after that long win streak. So they do need to reconvene a little bit here and maybe think about um, how they would uh, like to see the season progress, because as we get closer to All-Star Week, that serves as some time to um, reevaluate uh, what has worked and what has not worked. They've gone on, I mentioned that 9-game winning streak, but it was matched evenly by an 8-game losing streak earlier in the season. So you don't want to get on the wrong side of history here, and you definitely don't want to lose those cross-conference matchups. Unfortunately for tonight, they were playing an uphill battle facing Seattle at home. Um, Final thoughts on anything from your side of um, or what you saw?
There were certainly some bright spots out of Santa Ana, but they just couldn't connect the way they needed to tonight.
And who would you say from Seattle's side of things? I know we talked about Bernard Peace turning in an impressive performance. Who do you think specifically did it for the Summit tonight? Or maybe there was 2 or 3 names that you'd like to throw out there.
For Seattle, it was the whole team effort.
Yeah,
From from the
I
entire lineup, from
uh,
starters like Focasitis and Kelly down to even Jackie Lemon, and of course Spiritu Santos. I can't ignore him. Equine
absolutely
Pride will not
not.
allow me to ignore him. With the double
Yeah,
double from the bench.
leading the team with rebounds, and each player really turned in an impressive performance. Blake Kelly in the second quarter was on fire, and for what it's worth, I am impressed by what I saw, and I can't wait to see them take uh, take off this season. And hopefully, this is just another game for both teams, but it means something as we get closer to All Star Week and as we see the who we're going to look out for this year. So I want to say thank you for joining me tonight, Samson. It was quite an adventure, as you will. Um, but also thank you to the fans who have been listening in tonight. And if you are impressed by what these teams were able to show and entertained, check us out. Check out FSPN and FBA at fba-wiki.net. So I've been your play-by-play commentator, Matt Lewis, joined by Samson St. James. Thank you for joining me tonight, Samson.
Thank you, Matt, for having me.
And congratulations to Seattle. We'll see you at the next one. Take care.
And good night.